Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of Monifactory. So last episode we got into some basic power generation, setting up a sugarcane farm here, which is sent into some steam dynamos to generate RF. That's converted into EU and sent into the first two LV machines, the bending machine and the wire mill. We've got a lava farm which now works, and I've just been storing the lava here in the tanks for now. I don't really know what we're going to use it for, but I'm sure we'll find a use for it soon. We have some golden furnaces. And we even got our first trophy, which is the ULV trophy. I believe you earn these when you complete a chapter, so we did manage to finish the first chapter. Although there is still a few quests here which I'd like to get here early this episode. And we're now into the beginning, which is the LV age. The goals for today is to get into DML. And perhaps also, well, we will also get a blast furnace. So since the last episode, I've been doing quite a bit of mining using our brand new enchanted diamond hammer. I've repaired it a few times actually, and it's almost becoming too expensive to repair, so we'll have to replace it soon enough. I've also went ahead and upgraded our tool belt, which we crafted. The upgrades were pretty cheap and just applied in the anvil, and this now gives us a few more tool slots that we can use inside the tool belt. I think we'll actually use it for the gregtech tools, things like the wrench. And perhaps the wire cutters can also live in here. And that allows us to easily access them from this radial menu. Handy for configuring some of these wires and the machines, which we'll be getting many more of in this episode. But the result of all the mining is lots and lots of resources. I'm hoping it's going to be enough for us to progress and get started at least today. This is all the raw ores, this is the cooked ores and ingots, and one more cooked ore and ingot chest. Along with a component chest, I'm starting to put together materials for some more LV circuits. We do have some to spare though, and we're going to use those to craft our next LV machine, which is going to be the compressor. The compressor can turn ingots into blocks, but we're going to use it to convert all of the sticky resin. Well, most of the sticky resin. I think we need the sticky resin for other things as well. Oh, we can use it as slime. I forgot about that, to make sticky pistons. Yeah, we need the sticky resin for resistors used in circuit crafts. But we can also put a whole bunch of it through the compressor, and this will turn it 1-to-1 into rubber sheets, which we can use for now to coat cable until we have an assembling machine. So we're going to set auto output to the bottom. You've probably noticed here that I've set up space for more machines. We have 8 on either side. There's enough space for 16 LV machines. I don't know if we're going to get 16 LV machines today, but certainly by the end of Monifactory, I suspect we're going to have thousands of machines, hundreds of machines. And we're going to need a lot of space for all those machines, and so I want to get into some building soon. Before doing any building though, I think I want to unlock applied energistics just to make it a bit easier for ourselves. And in the meantime, we'll just be doing lawn-based style. It doesn't really matter about aesthetics at this point. So using some of these rubber sheets from the compressor, as well as some red alloy wire, I think we'll take some of this copper wire as well. Yeah, I've started to batch craft. I think I have some steel plates in here as well, raw iron and tin plates. Yeah, using the rubber sheets, we're going to make some more red alloy cable. We'll do another 2 stacks for now. We'll make up some more resin printed circuit boards, and we should be able to batch up another set of LV circuits. There is an extra 12 LV circuits. Wait, actually, with a few more steel plates we can get another 8, so that's 20 LV circuits. And we're going to use those to pick up a few more LV machines. Let's see, what do we want here? I think I want the alloy smelter, so we can start to make pulsating iron. And I also want to get an autoclave and an extractor. These 2 machines up here, I believe, handle fluids, and the LV extractor also functions as a fluid extractor. Oh, okay, so it's an extractor and a fluid extractor. In gregtech CE, those are 2 separate machines, and we're also going to have to craft our first electric pump. I'm definitely going to batch craft these because this is a very nested craft. Also takes bronze, which we haven't made yet. I think I might also want to grab a macerator too, so we don't have to use these mortars to make dust. Or maybe we can also use it in or make bronze in the alloy smelter. I bet that's also an option. Yeah, we can. Okay, well for now we have to craft the dust. There is going to be 6 stacks of bronze. And like I always say, we make sure we batch craft. And now that we have machines, it's much more appropriate to batch craft in larger quantities because we're getting more efficient recipes. So we'll throw all this through the furnaces here. And actually one more thing I want to do is break all of these barrels. And I want to test out here, those tin item pipes that we used for moving the sugarcane here to the dynamos, I wonder if we can also use these to send the items into a centralized barrel. So maybe we'll leave the one on the end here. Oh, and it doesn't work. I guess we need conveyors on the pipe because this isn't counted as an inventory, so the furnace can't output to the pipe. Alright, I guess in that case we'll use hoppers. They may not be fast enough when we eventually upgrade these to diamond. I don't see though why the tin item pipes wouldn't work as a way to extend this sugarcane line across to these barrels, which are also full of sugarcane. I've just been filling manually for now. And this sends its furnace fuel into the furnaces. Nice. Okay, it does work, it's just not round robin, which shouldn't be an issue once we have a proper collection system for the sugarcane farm. Alright guys, so after a bit of crafting we have a few more machines which I'll show you when we get back to base. We're a couple of thousand blocks, well, about 1,000 blocks out right now. I just came across this 82 meteor, which should have the presses in it. We're getting into applied energistics, so we might as well go ahead and grab it while we're here. Oh yeah, and that's right, this is the newer version of applied energistics. I haven't played with this in... well, I don't have much experience with this version of applied energistics. And I think in this one we have to actually grow our fluix, or rather grow the Certus, and we're drowning. But I think breaking the cube here should give us the presses. Yeah, perfect. And those budding crystals down there we'll have to automate, but we'll come back for those another time. The reason I'm so far out though is because I'm looking for a specific ore vein called Uraninite. Oh, it's right here. This is where we gather sand from as well. I went in a big circle. I went like all the way around here. Okay, I think it's all... oh, it's all underwater. No. Might be worth trying to get another one, and be careful we don't drown here. Oh yeah, that's going to be so annoying to gather. And we can buy Uraninite ore. We can use the Moni nickels that we get from quest rewards to buy the ore. But we also need Uraninite... well, we need Uraninite for DML. It's not called DML in this version. It's called Hostile Neural Networks, but you get what I mean. We need this Uraninite to make pulsating dust, which we can alloy smelt for pulsating iron. Okay, we're going to consider that Uraninite vein abandoned. That was such a pain to get. I did get a few stacks though, which is currently smelting in here. Needs to be smelted twice though, so we'll throw this through the furnaces once again. Looks like it's also part of a quest. And I didn't realize until now, but we do actually have the crafting station in this, which can save the contents of the crafting table, as well as access nearby inventories, so we should be able to interact with this barrel, and also pull items to craft different machines. The last one for now is going to be the macerator, and that completes the ones that we wanted at least at this early stage. Moments ago, I just discovered something by accident, which is that you can do this. No need for separate items anymore, you just hit it with a hammer, and the machine will... yeah, contain its cries for help as it batches all of your materials. Okay, so a bit of time later, I've went ahead and made up some pulsating iron. Some of it is currently in the wire mill to make us wires, and some of it went through the basic extractor, which can turn it into liquid pulsating iron. We mix that with a diamond in the autoclave, and that should give us the pulsating crystal. And I was going to turn it into the collector upgrade, but that might cause an issue because we can't filter the drawer here so that we can automatically collect the sugarcane. The collector upgrade will work as a vacuum chest, but it will store the contents directly in the drawer. Okay, so I had to play around with the collector upgrade for the storage drawer, and unfortunately it only has a limited range. Similar to the way that the pusher upgrade works, it can only pull from one direction. I kind of gave up with that idea, and instead we have the sophisticated storage barrels. Inside the barrel, we can give it a magnet upgrade, which is actually very cheap once we have the vacuum chest, and we can use our sticky resin to make the sticky pistons. And we can whitelist the sugarcane only. I've also boxed it in, and now I can't get through this area, which I used quite a lot. So I'm going to do this for now, and we're just going to spaghetti this up. We are going to want a void upgrade for it though, which means we need to gather some obsidian. I nearly jumped in. That was so close. Okay, let me gather some obsidian. It looks like by the quests I was just reminded there, we're gonna need obsidian for dark steel. I don't know where that quest is. Maybe in the elements and alloys, which shows you nearly every material in the game. I don't know if there's a search quests function in FTB quests. It doesn't look like there is, so it's in here somewhere. If I remember right though, we need dark steel for DML. Not DML, HNN. To make obsidian and ore collection a little bit easier, we're going to invest in the low voltage 4x turbocharger. With the charger, we can charge our flux capacitors, which does take sulfur. It's a very simple recipe otherwise, but sulfur you can just buy with Moninickels. So I just done that and smelted it. I think I'll move the alloy smelter over this side as well, just to make it a bit more easily accessible, and we'll keep making pulsating iron. Yeah, and those quests in the Genesis chapter that I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, one of which is an electromagnet, which takes conductive iron, electrical steel, and a vibrant crystal. Okay, well, I got the vibrant crystal, which was simple enough to make just with pulsating iron and an emerald, which I also bought using Moninickels. But the issue is this electrical steel, which is silicon plus steel dust, or steel ingots in the alloy smelter. And we've not made silicon yet. I think the easiest way to get silicon is to electrolyze silicon dioxide, but we don't have an electrolyzer and we don't have really an easy way to get silicon dioxide without electrolyzing sand. I could be overlooking something here, as there might be an easier way to get silicon, but instead of this magnet, I found this one, the Fluxo magnet from Thermal Series, which is even cheaper. So I wonder if this is just as good or not. The flux capacitors have charged, they have an energy buffer of 500k. I am kind of curious what kind of magnet this is, because some magnets will like pull items towards you, but some of them teleport to the inventory, and the ones that teleport are preferable. That was hard to say what it did there. Yeah, sometimes if it just drags items across the ground, they can still burn, and that appears to be the case here. Okay, in that case, let's make the Ender IO one, and we will just pick up the electrolyzer since we'll need it anyway, but I did just notice a problem here, which is we're not generating enough power. I believe it's because we're out of sugarcane, so let's finally get this void upgrade so that we can keep the farm on permanently. I think we're going to want to whitelist sugarcane here, just in case anything else ends up in this battle. Although it shouldn't with the filter that we have on it. Okay, I'm not going to lie, it's been like 10 minutes. I was confused for so long, but we finally got it. I tried like the hopper upgrade and stuff, and the configuration I've eventually got to work here. We're now automatically supplying sugarcane. We got there in the end. Yeah, we have the magnet upgrade there, whitelisted for sugarcane, and then the advanced void upgrade. This void upgrade will only keep a single slot filled in the barrel, which had me confused for so long, but that's fine. As long as it keeps a minimum of 64 in here, then we're good. We're buffering more in these drawers here and also in the dynamos. And then we've got an LV conveyor module on the pipe. You can access the conveyor with a screwdriver, and we can also set this to round robin mode. And we've got this on import, so the LV conveyor can move 8 items per second. And it can insert and extract into inventories. It depends on which side of the machine or pipe you have it on. And finally, we're going to be distributing sugarcane into all the furnaces. These are starting to fill up, and also automatically into the steam dynamos. Well, as it turns out, I was actually missing something. The more efficient way to get silicon is in fact to use glass dust. So I made the electrolyzer anyways, since we still need that. Oh, we have 2 silicon already. I think that's all we need for 2 electrical steel. However, despite buffing the power or fixing the power system, we're still out of power whenever we run more than one machine. This is currently unplugged, but if we try to run more than one machine, then they stall. And that's just because we're not converting enough RF into EU. So let's try and stick to one thing at a time here. We're going to get, well, it's already here. I prepared the centrifuge, and let's also grab the magnet. There we go. And this one appears to do the same thing. I think it's dragging it across the ground and not teleporting the items. Yeah, it is. So we're back to square one. It should still help us, but I think we should try to fix our power generation and upgrade these dynamos. So to start doing that, we're going to have to get some empty molds, which is going to be used in our alloy smelter. And this is a way that we can specify what we want the alloy smelter to make. So we're just going to make like pretty much one of each. We're going to use the gear. What else do we want? Definitely the block. I think that's actually the one we need. And there's a couple more here for the quest. It also wants the rotor mold. Oh yeah, definitely the rotor mold. And inside the alloy smelter, we're going to use the block mold plus nether quartz to make fused quartz. Wait, hold on a second. I'm also going to use this to make an iron gear, or a few. LV machines are so slow. Okay, so some crafting later. We're going to invest in boilers and turbines, same as we had in Monifactory, except we're going to craft 2 sets of these. So I'm going to invest in 4 steam turbines. That's 3. I think we were just short some iron gears, which should be in here. Oh yeah, we're out of power. I've been waiting so long on these machines. Wait, let's disconnect that for now. 4 steam turbines, and we're also going to invest in 2 aqueous accumulators. Oh, that's what the iron gears were for. Okay. That's also a quest up there. Right, 1 more gear. Okay, so what we want to do here is break one of the dynamos. Wait, I want to make sure we take the augments out of this as well. The multi-cycle injectors. I still need to craft more of these, but it should be more efficient with the machines now. Now that we can make plates more efficiently. Okay, so we're going to upgrade the steam dynamos into steam boilers, which will generate steam, I think. So the ratio is 1 steam boiler and 2 steam turbines. So what we're going to do is have 1 boiler here, facing the other way ideally. Can we wrench it like this, or do we need another wrench? Is the crescent hammer going to work? I bet this works. Yeah, that works. Okay, we can rotate with the crescent hammer. Oh, and we can also interact with GT pipes with the crescent hammer. Yeah, so the boiler points forward, and then we'll have 2 steam turbines also pointing into the energy conduits. This is what's going to generate the power. But instead of burning the sugarcane directly, it's going to burn steam from the steam boiler. So if we can get these the right way, that way, and once again make sure we set extraction on the energy conduit, like so. Now we just need a way of transporting the steam into these dynamos. I don't think we can make ender fluid conduits yet, that's HV, we need vibrant alloy. So instead we're going to go for GT pipes. We have to be mindful of which one we choose. There's a lot of different options. Not all of them are available to us, of course, since they're higher tier materials, but also steam has a temperature. Certain fluid pipes can only handle a maximum temperature. And like other versions of GT, there's different sizes of pipe, which influences the throughput rate, but the one we're going to go for is the normal steel pipe. And we'll make 2 since we're making 2 sets of dynamos. And we should be able to put this here and wrench it for the other 2. Where's my wrench at? Okay, so now we'll place our aqueous accumulator. Is there a way we can push automatically here? Or do we need... Oh, we need the water on either side, I think. But it is more efficient, apparently, than the water collector. I don't think the water collector, the basic one, can keep up with the steam boiler requirements. Okay, yeah, at least 2 water sources next to the accumulator generates us water, but we do need, as the quest mentions here, a way to pull the water out of the accumulator, such as an LV water pump. So actually I'm going to move this down a block. And fortunately, earlier on, I did batch craft the electric pumps, so we have some to spare. And we can do that, and then screwdriver for import. That should send the water into the steam boiler. And then we just need to feed this with sugarcane. I'm not really sure why it isn't receiving sugarcane this way. It should be. Okay, now it works. For some reason, replacing the item pipe seemed to work. And now all we need is a fluid pipe here, not an item pipe. Like so. And I don't know if this automatically outputs steam. It looks like it does. And yeah, as you can see, now we're generating 160 RF a tick. And that is for each dynamo. So yeah, we're essentially generating 320 RF a tick now, which is all being converted into EU. We should be able to run more machines now. And of course we have that second set of steam turbines, which I am actually going to set up over here. Okay, wow, the episode time here, I feel like it's just getting away from us. And like, I feel like I'm going so slow. So I need your feedback in the comments of this episode. What do you guys think about the pace here? Like I mentioned in the first episode, it is taking me a while to get back into the swing of things and making videos, although I am having a blast. I'm really enjoying it again. And yeah, it's so good to be back. I still haven't seen your comments on episode 1 yet, so I'm kind of anticipating those, but yeah, let me know what you think about the pace. I still want to get our objectives done for today, which is to get into DML, HNN. It's HNN. HNN and also a blast furnace. We are going to get that done this episode. And I also want to stick to our 25-minute episodes. Those two things will be accomplished this episode, but something has to give, so let's pick up the pace a little bit here. So check this out, we have a couple of extra machines, and just to recap what we have so far, we have the wire mill, the bending machine for plates and foil, we have the lathe for rods, we have the extractor for fluids, I've been doing some tin alloy which we'll need here to make the blast furnace, we have the autoclave, next is the alloy smelter which has been very busy here making various resources, we have a cutting machine which did take a little bit to get. I'll explain that in a second. We have a centrifuge, we have an electrolyzer, which has been electrolyzing a whole bunch of dusts. Again, I'll chat about this in a moment. A mixer, a compressor, a macerator for dusts, and the charger, which is charging our flux capacitors. And all of this crafting has left us with, I believe, 2 circuits left. Yeah, 2 LV circuits. So I went ahead and prepared more materials for some LV circuits. This should be the last batch of LV circuits we make manually, i.e. out of the machine. So as you probably know in gregtech, there is more efficient ways to make circuits, and I hope to get a circuit assembler soon, which will need to, get access to those cheaper recipes for circuits. But for now, we're going to go ahead and make another, wait, how many is this for? Yeah, 21. 21 of each vacuum tube here. 21 more, that brings us to 23. And using these circuits, we're going to get into hostile neural networks by making a dark steel machine hull. You know what? We should really try to get at least 2 of these. So dark steel is obsidian plus regular steel. We have a bit more of it here. We can make some more plates this way. While the bending machine is running, it looks like it's not part of the quest here, but... Oh, in fact, there is a separate quest chapter for hostile neural networks. And the first quest is for simulated mobs. So we need a model framework. Everything has changed names in this version, and it's getting me all sorts of confused. This was the blank data model from 1.12. So we need some fine gold wire. What else do we need? Pulsating mesh, which is a quest, and electrical steel plates made from silicon. I did get a whole lot more silicon. First of all, let's craft this thing. And to get the silicon, I mentioned about glass dust earlier. It's more efficient if you pulverize glass into glass dust. In fact, we have some more of it here. And then centrifuge your glass dust, which gives you silicon dioxide. And then I had this auto output on the on the left hand side of the machine into the electrolyzer. And silicon dioxide through the electrolyzer gives us our silicon dust. But there is in fact another way to get silicon dust, which we're going to use from now on, instead of using glass dust. So I made the exchanging gadget, as you've probably seen in the time lapse. And I exchanged a bunch of the buildings there to get terracotta, put that through the macerator for dust, and then when you electrolyze clay dust, this way we can get silicon dust, we can get lithium, which is used for making batteries. I think we'll actually have to make a few batteries next episode. We can get aluminium dust, which is key for MV, and we can get some sodium dust, which is basically garbage. But still, this is the way that we got all of the silicon for the electrical steel that we batched. So I believe the dark steel has finished. Yes, it has. Let's make some more dark steel machine hulls. For now, we're just going to make 2 of these, and we'll turn these into the simulation chamber, which should be a quest. We can get 2 of these, right? Yeah, it's 3 circuits each, so it's a touch expensive, but we will do it here. That leaves us with 16 circuits left. So now, I guess I should explain why we want DML, or HNN. It's going to allow us to automate many resources within the game. I can't find my keybinds. many resources within the game. So essentially the way it works is you simulate a mob farm, but there's some custom recipes, I believe. So in the simulation chamber, you run the data model, which you attune to different mobs, and this will give you a chance at some pristine matter, along with either overworldian, extraterrestrial, or hellish matter. This matter is super useful, but what we're really after is the pristines, which you can then loot fabricator into various resources, including things like coal, iron, diamonds, blaze rods, redstone, all sorts of stuff, so it's super powerful. The only thing is it does take power to run, and it also takes prediction matrix, otherwise, I think it was called pulsating polymer clay in 1.12. So 100% we're going to be automating this process from start to finish next episode, but for now we're just going to take some of our pulsating dust plus clay inside the alloy smelter, and we'll just batch up a whole bunch of it. I think it gives you 4 at a time, right? Yeah, so we're going to get 4 stacks out of this. And then we should have some pulsating iron dust. Where's my conduit binder? We're going to make some item conduits, finally. And I've went ahead and set up the other set of steam dynamos over here, as I mentioned. And we're going to set our simulation chambers on this line. I also have it connected to the energy converter just to send extra power this way, just in case we need it, and vice versa. So yeah, we're going to put our simulation chambers right here. Item conduits to connect them up. And oh, that's a funny texture. Yeah, I think Ender IO is a little bit buggy in this version, and it's quite different with the GUI. I don't know if I'm such a big fan of this. Okay, so I've got the conduit set up so that this is the input barrel and this is the output barrel. So we can give it pulsating prediction matrix, and I turned our blank data model into the zombie one, which is the one we're going to start with. And at least for today, that's all we'll do for hostile neural networks. I do want to move on to the blast furnace though. And yes, some of you guys are writing comments right now. You went over the 25 minutes. Yes, I know. But we're going to do it. I want to get this blast furnace crafted. So we are going to need a few things. First of all, an assembling machine, which is going to eat our circuits, but we need 2 robot arms, which is a quest. 2 more conveyors. Some more LV machine hulls. And that should be it, our assembling machine. The last machine of the day, it's going to sit right here. So now, the blast furnace is a more advanced furnace, it's a multi-block structure, and we're going to need various coils for it, which do have certain properties. I'll talk about all of this next episode. I'll explain the blast furnace. But yeah, for now we need 16 cupronickel coil blocks. Cupronickel is just copper plus nickel, but we hadn't found a nickel vein yet. And you remember I mentioned at the start of the episode that the hammer was low on durability and it was becoming expensive to repair? Well, to make another diamond one, we did need the cutting machine. To make the cutting machine though, we do need something called cobalt brass, which is made in a mixer, so I had to make a mixer as well. And cobalt brass is a mix of zinc plus copper. Zinc you can buy. We need cobalt dust, and I also bought the cobaltite to turn into cobalt. Although you can find that in nickel veins, so we have a whole bunch of it now. And then the aluminium we saw earlier from the electrolyzer from clay dust. So that gave us the brass dust. We could turn that into ingots and then into plates. And then into the part we need for the cutting machine, cut down diamond blocks, and make ourselves a new hammer, which we got enchanted. We didn't get quite as lucky as the first time though, so it only has Silk Touch and Unbreaking. But I used that to gather nickel, and I also visited another iron vein to top up our supply of steel. So yeah, that's the story behind the cutting machine. And then, so you also probably saw we have tin alloy in here, which we're going to grab. Wait, is this on the wrong mode? Yeah, on fill mode. Okay, good, we can actually grab it. I think it's not supposed to be in the autoclave here. It just auto output from the extractor. But we're going to use this to put inside the assembling machine. Oh really, do we have to have this on empty mode? Inside the assembling machine, there we go. And we're going to mix 2x cupronickel wire plus bronze foil inside the assembler. Do we need a circuit number? No, we don't. Yes, and with this we're getting our cupronickel coils. I'm going to make a whole bunch of them here. In fact, we have even more cupronickel that I batch crafted, so we're going to have more than one blast furnace eventually. Yeah, circuit 2. Additionally, for the blast furnace, we need a few extra bits and bobs for the multi-block. One of those being an input bus, an output bus. We also need a muffler hatch. I don't know if we need them right away, but we are going to also craft an input hatch and an output hatch for fluids. So input bus for items and then the hatches for fluids. Oh, and I completely forgot about Invar. Oh, nice. We have some more cobalt brass here. I completely forgot about Invar, which is nickel plus iron. The Invar we need for heatproof machine casing, which is used in the controller, and it's also used as the... Yeah, basically all of this green casing here is all Invar. And then, yeah, what else are we missing here? I guess energy input. So we have items, we have fluids, the coils are cooking. And then for maintenance hatch, we do need one of every tool, and we haven't made a crowbar yet or a mallet. Let's see, can we make a... I guess we're going to be making a rubber mallet. Oh, we don't have rubber ingots yet. Okay, you know what? We're going to go super cheap with the soft wooden mallet. And we'll go for a steel crowbar, which should mean that we can make our maintenance hatch if the NBT data is going to be nice with us. Is this the hammer slot? Nope. Oh, the saw. Maintenance hatch. And then second to last, we need our energy hatches, which are pretty simple in this. Just takes a low voltage coil, not too difficult to craft. And we'll need to make 2 LV energy hatches for now. Our coil blocks have finished. We have 32, enough for 2 blast furnaces, which is also a quest. And we're going to go ahead and make our Invar frames, which I think is circuit 4, if I remember right. Yeah, Invar frames. Oh, look at this. Lots and lots of quests. And with this, we can get our electric blast furnace controller. Aha, and that is everything, I think. Huzzah! The first blast furnace. This thing looks pretty snazzy and quite a bit different actually to the other versions of gregtech. We do have connected textures in this, which I do like, and it also has emissives when we turn it on. It's really cool. I've seen pictures and videos of it, and it basically glows in the dark, which we're going to check out next episode. But we got it crafted, just not in the allotted time, which I'm going to work on for sure. So yeah, let me know what you think about the pacing of these episodes. We're going to finish the episode here though, in the mines of the... What is this, copper and tetrahedrite? Yeah, we need some more... We need some more. Well, yeah, we just need some more. So yeah, I'm gonna keep mine in between episodes, and until next episode, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all for some blast furnace and yeah, blast furnace and hostile neural network. I nearly said DML again. Yeah, lots of fun to be had next episode. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.